I think the biggest thing that we are seeing is that this is a timing precision offense. And I just don't know, quite frankly, if Cam Newton has the mental processing speed to run in a system like that. He's a see it, throw it quarterback. He's somebody that needs to see a guy open, and then he's going to use his hose to just fit it into whatever window it's going to be fit into. But that's not the Patriots offense.
But let me ask you that, because this is the question is, you know, a strength of Belichick over the years has always been adapt to your personnel. Okay.
Right.
At this point, the most important person on the field is the quarterback, in the sense that you mentioned this team's not going anywhere if it doesn't get improved quarterback play. It doesn't matter. For every other flaw you can nitpick, you know, issues with the linebackers, you know, sometimes the front seven can get exploited a little bit.
Right.
You know, the weapons aren't great, but you know, there's a lot of things you can point to, but you're going nowhere without this. So at what point do you say we have to build a new offensive strategy if you're going to have Cam Newton as your quarterback there? Unless, of course, you think Stidham is the person who can play in that precision offense, in which case you got to start getting him reps and getting him in the game and see if you can salvage the season. We'll get to Stidham in a minute, but I mean, ultimately, is it up to the Patriots to maybe adapt a little bit here? Cam's not going to be that, you know, take the quick drop and get the ball out in 2.4 seconds. It's just not going to happen.
Right. I would love to see them be able to do some things like that to make this offense a little bit more Cam friendly. And I think they have done things in the past. What we saw, you know, we always go back to that week 2 in Seattle because that's when it looked the best, right? And they're getting a little bit more vertical up the field. They're running more vertical concepts, 3-go routes, things like that with conversions, obviously. You know, things that are a little bit more Cam-like, where he's kind of just watching the field, deep part of the field, waiting for somebody to come open and then slinging it, right? Now what we're seeing, though, I think more in the last couple of weeks is, you know, what Josh McDaniels talked about during training camp, that this is Cam Newton adapting to the Patriots offense with stylistic changes to fit Cam. The read option plays, some of the running game things that they've done, some of the spacing things that they've done with empty formations and things like that, but they can't fully throw out the foundation of the system and start completely from scratch, especially in season at this point, or with a shortened training camp like they had this summer. So changing the entire scheme is out of the question. It's out of the question. So that really kind of suggests that maybe they need to change the quarterback. I don't know if I'm there yet. I think that you kind of give Cam one more week to see if maybe this truly was COVID just completely throwing him off the rails here, and that time off that he missed really screwed him over. But right now, when I watch Jarrett Stidham play, it's still not pretty. You know, there's still issues, right? You know, throwing it inside shoulder instead of outside shoulder to Julian Edelman. But at least when he hits his back foot, most of the time, a decision is probably made, right? And he had that one throw to Jacoby Myers that I pointed out on Twitter where he got to the top of his drop. He saw the seam route cleared out the coverage. He saw Myers sit down on that stick route. Ball was out. Ball was on Myers. That's Brady, right? That's the Patriots offense. And we just haven't seen that enough from Cam.
Yeah. So this conversation is going to go on all week long, and it's going to continue to go on until you see Cam Newton have a better game. I don't know if we're going to know what the Patriots are thinking as far as this is concerned. Even if Bill is thinking of going Stidham, I don't think you're going to see it. You're not going to hear it, and you're not going to know about it until we get deep into the week or you get to next Sunday. So we'll see, but it's going to be a conversation we're going to keep having. Stidham in very short action today. Again, that horrible throw on the interception where he throws to the wrong shoulder. Did you see anything else you liked here?
Honestly, I think the biggest thing with Stidham is that this offense, schematically, both from what they do the best from a coaching standpoint and then also just from a personnel standpoint, might need to be a 21 personnel under center attack, like what we saw with Tom Brady a little bit more in 2018 and 2019, where they get under center with Jakob Johnson, the fullback, as the lead blocker in the backfield. And on first and second down, it's going to be a whole lot of 3 yards in a cloud of dust sometimes, but they'll crank out bigger runs. They can clearly run the football. And then it's hard under center play action off of that to try to get some separation for the receivers and some easier throwing windows. You know, those little pop passes that you see from the quarterback where the tight end goes right up the seam or crosses over the face of the safety. And it's just hit the back foot, make the play action fake, pop up, throw the football right to an open receiver. Cam is not really that type of quarterback. He's never been an under center quarterback. He's never been a big play action quarterback. So it's not really a stylistic thing with Cam. I think we'll see when they put Cam under center is that he struggles to make those reads off of play action with his back to the defense. Then he picks back up and he's got to read the defense in 2 seconds with his back turned, initially. Now he's got to make a quick decision off of that, and those plays need to hit quickly. And they're just not hitting quick enough right now. The way they run their offense is not smooth right now because the quarterback is not making the right decisions with the football. And it's demoralizing, I think, for everybody because the receivers are making plays, the offensive line is making plays at time, and then there's open receivers, there's a clean pocket, and then the ball is just not going where the ball is supposed to go.